So I do eat a lot. I think I eat too much fruit than I'm supposed to. But that didn't reflect that on Sunday at all.
Right. But as long as you have like the fruits in your diet, it's always good to have. Let's see. Do you think you could have fitted any of them in on a Sunday, or is it like you just didn't have any with you on the time?
I definitely could have, but like with me with fruits, I like to eat them when I'm already full. Like I like to eat them as a snack, not as a meal. And so like when I came back from work, I was hungry. Like so I didn't want fruits, I wanted a meal. And so after I ate the meal, I cooked like a couple hours later, I cooked and then I ate the meal again. And then after that, I don't know why I didn't. It was probably late and I just didn't think of it, but I usually do eat fruits and I really like fruits. And I like to eat I like to drink smoothies in the morning. I just don't always have the time to make them.
And smoothies are good.
Yeah.
Like I always love having smoothies as well.
Yeah, I genuinely like smoothies. Mm-hmm. Not I'm eating them because I know fruits are good for me, but I genuinely like smoothies.
Mm-hmm. Well, getting your fruits and vegetables in that way, that'd be a great way to always have it. On those days too, like on Sunday, like he's like, I'm gonna throw in a smoothie of like fruits and vegetables in there, might as well. That always is a good option. Going to like the next thing, proteins. So there's always a bunch of different kinds of proteins from like animal sources, like you had in the beef patty, like the meats.
So I love protein. I love tuna. I love shrimp. I love salmon. Actually, I don't really like salmon, but I'll eat it. Let's see, where's the meat? I like turkey. I like beef. I like lamb. I like eggs. I like crab. I like chicken. I like ground turkey. I like jerky, but it depends on what kind of jerky.
Right.
Like beef jerky, I like beef jerky. And I like turkey sausages. And then for like non meat or like non-animal protein, I like black beans. I like, I like falafel. I like hummus. I don't know the different kind of beans, but I like beans in general. Well, actually, no, I don't. I like some. I think I mostly like black beans, and I like refried beans. I don't think it's healthy, but I like those kind of beans. I eat lentils, but I'm not a huge fan of them. But it's like common in the Moroccan diet, and so if it's at home, then I'll just eat it. Let's see. For nuts and seeds, I like almonds. I like cashews. I like hazelnuts. I like peanut butter, and I usually have it as like a lazy breakfast, just with wheat bread. I like walnuts, and I love pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds. But I don't have nuts and seeds as often, because like if I'm at the store and there's nuts and seeds or there's chips, I'm gonna choose the chips, which is not the healthier option. But if it's at home, because my mom likes nuts and seeds, so if it's at home and like there's really no snacks, then I'll go for the nuts and seeds.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you get a decent amount of protein in your diet, so that's always good to have.
Yeah, I think I eat too much protein actually, but I love protein. Like, I'm sorry if any of you guys are vegetarian, but I like meat protein.
Right, that's fine. So let's see. So we got the proteins covered. You feel like you don't really need to add any more, because you already have it, plenty in your diet. So going to grains. So let's say there's several different kinds of grains that you can see.
Okay, so I like pastas. I like the sandwich buns and rolls. I like tortillas. I like bread. I used to be a big cereal eater, but I'm lactose intolerant, and so I don't eat cereal as much. And I like white rice. I know brown rice is healthier, but I like basmati rice. I eat that with most of my meals. And that's really it. I mean, I like popcorn, but I don't eat it very often. Yeah, I don't like quinoa or the rest.
Right. Yeah, so there's two different kinds of grains, like the whole grains and the refined grains. Whole grains usually have that entire kernel, while the refined, they got rid of all that.
I like crackers too.
Crackers too?
If that counts for anything.
That's good. I like it. Yeah, so you see the goal is to have half your grains be whole grains as a general
So my
rule.
mom only buys whole grain, and I'm not a huge fan of it. I prefer white bread, but I used to be like that, but I think over time I just got used to whole grain, so all of my breads are just whole grain, because I have no choice. My mom only buys whole grain, and she's the one who does the groceries.
Right.
So I always go for whole grain.
Right. And you always gotta see you have to be careful. Sometimes label food labels with multi-grains, don't write 100% wheat, cracked wheat, 7 grain. Some of those are usually not whole grain products.
Okay.
So having ones that say whole grain are the ones you want to look out for to actually, get that full
Okay.
benefit from those. Also, color could be deceiving too. So like we see like a bread that's like brown. Sometimes that doesn't necessarily mean that it's whole grain.
Something that I just remembered right now that we're on the topic of
Mhm.
like whole grain. Sometimes my mom buys bread with like nuts in it
Mm-hmm.
or like seeds in it, and I don't really like it, but if it's there, I eat it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's sometimes I get seeds through the bread.
That's good too. So it looks like we covered the grains pretty well.
Do bagels count for grains?
I would say so. They're wheat, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a starch, it's a
Mhm.
grain.
Yeah.
Because I love bagels. Like I
But it
love
depends
bagels.
what type of
Right.
starch it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's like whole wheat
Whole,
bagels.
could be
So,
rye.
yeah.
Could
Yeah, I
be
don't know what
gluten-free
kind, yeah.
blend.
They look like they look. No, is this a donut?
I think it's supposed to be a bagel.
It's kind of like this, but a little lighter, and then the inside is white.
Okay.
Or I get like the one with sesame seeds or like different kind of seeds on top.
Mm.
But I don't know what kind of starch it's made out of.
Generally they're fine as long as you
Okay.
have the right kinds. If you have like the ones that are like chocolate ones, those are kind of
I know,
not
that's-
Yeah, from
they're
no
really
ones.
good.
No, no, it's regular ones you find at
Cream cheese.
like Costco or like Safeway.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Okay, so going on to the next one is dairy. So you say that you're lactose intolerant.
Yeah, but I don't really take it seriously.
Mhm.
I let myself suffer. I used to drink, I used to eat cereal and milk every single day for like 6 years, or maybe more, like all throughout middle school and high school, and I never knew why I would get stomach aches before going to school. And I actually went to the doctor about this, and this is why you go to a nutritionist, because the doctor told me I was anxious. And I'm not an anxious person, or actually, there's things that I do get anxious about, but like for school, I never had a problem with school, so it didn't make sense to me, but he kind of just dismissed the whole issue. But yeah, so I found out it's because I'm lactose intolerant. That's why I was getting these tummy aches before school.
Well,
But I still drink dairy, like I still eat ice cream, and I still, obviously yogurt and milk when I do want cereal. But yeah.
yeah, so being lactose intolerant, it could affect, your dairy intake.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe also like, there's always the lactose intolerant variants that people can have, like the lactate and stuff like that.
Yeah. I just don't take it seriously, like I said. Because I don't know if it's too much information, but I don't actually like have to go to the bathroom. I just get a stomach ache.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not like super bad, and I just deal with the stomach ache. And I feel like it kind of speeds up my digestive system. I don't know if this is a bad thing, but I feel like it does do that.
Okay, yeah, definitely. It's that's what it kind of does.
Okay.
It's your lactose intolerance to like the lactase.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how lactose and lactase things. Yeah.
Oh, and I love
Oh.
cheese. I don't know if we're on
yes.
cheese yet, but I love cheese.
Well, dairy counts as
Okay, yeah,
counts as
I
cheese.
love all kinds of cheese.
So yeah, so like basically, if you're ever gonna pick an option, the best ones would choose a low fat or fat-free
Mm-hmm.
yogurts, cheeses to decrease the fat intake. Avoid the sweetened milks like drinkable yogurts that you see at the store, stuff like that. It can also milk has calcium in it, better for your bones.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't consume dairy, you gotta get it from other sources. So like other sources you can get calcium from, right? Calcium fortified juices, cereals, breads, rice milk, almond milk. That's another option. Almond milk, that's a big one.
I don't like how any of those taste. Soy milk, almond milk.
It's all
coconut milk.
preferences, so you
Yeah.
can always find one that you like. So looking at this list, any of these things in the dairy that that you prefer?
I don't really care what kind of milk,
Mhm.
but I don't like milk alone. Like I would never drink a cup of milk, but I would put it in my food. Like I said yesterday, I ate the Israeli couscous with milk, and I didn't really have a problem with it. And like I don't mind how it tastes, but I would never drink a cup of milk because to me it tastes disgusting.
Mm.
But I really like cheeses and like yogurts and whatnot.
Okay.
And same with yogurt. I don't really eat the sweetened yogurts because I eat them with my meals, so they have to be like savory.
Right.
And like I'm not gonna eat strawberry yogurt with a beef patty. I
Right.
have to eat the non-flavored ones.
Like the Greek yogurt that you
Yeah,
had in your
yeah.
just like that's each one. That's good. So we can go on to the next one. So that would be oils. So I forgot to ask this for your recall. How did you cook the ground beef? Did you kill it? Did you grill it in like an oil?
No,
Or-
so I use this like pan that has lines on it, and
Mhm.
it's kind of like a grill. And since there's already olive oil in the beef patty, I
Right.
don't add any oil.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, because the olive oil comes out when you start to cook.
Okay. So we add this to make sure it's like you kind of like it's kind of like it's like a griller in a way.
It's kind, yeah, I would
Okay.
say so.
No problem. All right. So yeah, so oils. Going back to that. That was. Alright, okay. So going back to oils, so they're not a food group, obviously.
Mhm.
They're but they can provide essential nutrients. Most importantly, they can provide essential fatty acids. But like the more oils that you have in your diet, particularly like they can like saturated fat, or solid fats. They have trans fats. They can be tend to be bad for like what is it at? For like bad cholesterol, like LDLs and stuff like that, and your levels in your blood, which can increase heart disease, of course. So while consuming oil, like you had a little bit in there. I don't know how much would you think you put in oil? Like
Maybe not too much. Maybe 1 teaspoon.
1 teaspoon.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah.
I just use it so that it's kind of it's easy to mix the spices in with all of the beef.
Okay.
And the 1 teaspoon, I didn't consume it all myself because I made more patties than I ate.
Right.
Because I made it for my family as well.
So yeah, like limiting oil in your if you're gonna fry stuff, that's of course not a good thing because the more oil.
Yeah, I don't
takes.
really eat fried food because in my culture nothing we make is fried. So
Okay.
I don't really eat fried food unless I'm like going out and get French fries or something like that.
Okay. That's having that. It's always good to not have that extra oil in your diet. So yeah, like having less oil has less calories as well because oil has a lot of calories. Lowers your risk of heart disease, like cutting back on it. So yeah, is there anything else in here? Okay, so I think it covers like all the basics of the food in the My Plate. Going on to like the foods that you could possibly limit that aren't necessarily like they kind of they don't fit in those categories. First one being alcohol.
I don't drink.
Yeah, so if you don't drink, you don't have to worry about it. Of course, if you do, they say up in some moderation, don't overdrink, because it could be a source of calories, provide a few nutrients, items like that. High sugar foods that you see all the time. Watch out for sweetened beverages, stuff like that. Try to keep to like water, which it seems like you keep to mainly water-based drinks and stuff like that. It's always good to see. Try to limit sugar intake as much as possible. They say in here to less than 10% of your calories per day. So like as a general rule, like average.
200.
Like, well, yeah, so 200, 2,000 calories a day, so 10, perfect 200 calories. Or not, I'll actually false kidding. So avoid high saturated fat foods, as we discussed in the oil and stuff like that. So another tips you can have is like you eat every 4 hours.
Yeah, so I actually like on a daily basis I'm a huge snacker.
Mhm.
I don't finish my meals. Like if I had a meal in front of me, I would not finish it in one sitting. I would just put it like to go and then maybe like 30 minutes later start eating again. Because I just eat I don't know how to explain it. It's not necessarily in moderation, but I eat in intervals. Like I can't eat, I have a small stomach, but then I have a fast metabolism, so I'm hungry again soon. But then I don't know, I can't eat a big meal at once.
Well, eating, the pretty frequent and small meals, it's gonna happen. That's always good. So, all right. So after hearing some of these information, do you see any links to your diet patterns?
Sorry, what?
So after hearing some of this information about like the food, so we kind of discussed it a little bit here.
Okay, yeah, one thing about me, I'm not as obsessed anymore, but I used to eat chips like almost every single day. I think like during final season, I did that a lot last year. Around December, like I would literally get chips every single day. I don't know what it is about them, but I just used to be super obsessed. I'm not as obsessed anymore, and I ate chips yesterday, but before then, I don't remember when was the last time I ate chips.
Right.
Let's see what else. I don't know if you know like the nutrition facts behind boba, but lately I've been obsessed with that, like green tea. I usually just get like the peach green tea with honey boba. I don't know how bad that is for you.
Well, everything in moderation, right? So, if you have, one here and there, it's not gonna, gonna be bad.
Okay, yeah, there was like the last week I didn't drink any of it, but like before then, there was like 2 weeks where I got it every single day straight, which is really bad, but like, I don't know, I'm not really as obsessed anymore. I think that's what happens to me, like I get obsessed to something, but then it dies down. But then like with chips, that was me like for my whole life, and just recently I've been like cutting down.
But yeah, once you like, you realize that you get over that pattern,
Mhm.
it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, of course, keeping everything balanced, that's always the main goal
Mhm.
here. So if we're going on to, if you can create a simple SMART plan for you, or SMART goal.
Okay.
So if you remember SMART goal, something that's, specific to like balanced eating,
Mhm.
measurable, something that we can recognize, attainable, something easy to, or realistic and timely, so within a certain amount of time. So for following a balanced diet, we're looking through what you ate. What do you feel like that you need to include or take out in order to have a more balanced diet from what you included in your information?
So I want to say, just in general, if I don't cook my meals, I kind of just lean towards like one thing because I don't eat a lot. Like, let's say if I'm on campus and like the portions are really big, so I'll get like maybe a side of fries and that will be my meal.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have like no vegetables, no fruits, and like nothing, and that is just carbs. And it's a fried food, which is bad, but that's not like a regular thing. I don't really like fries, but that's just like an example. So like I'll get something and I won't balance the whole plate. It's
Mhm.
just one food group.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's kind of my problem when I eat out. But like when I make my own meals, I feel like it hits every single food group.
Mm-hmm.
I just, like I said, I make excuses. I say that I don't have time to cook because I'm a really slow cooker.
Mm-hmm.
So in my head, I'm like, well, I'm better off studying than cooking.
Right, like, as long as you get the balance, so, it's like about like it's, sometimes hard to cook, right?
Yeah.
So, if you could, meal prep, that's one possible way
Yeah,
you could
I
also do.
actually told myself that like in January I'm gonna start doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I wanted to like get in the hang of it while I'm not stressed out.
Mhm.
So I was gonna wait until after finals. But that is something that I do plan on doing, just not now.
Right.
In January, hopefully. Like in December, I'll start practicing it. And then once I get a hang of it, will probably be in January.
Right.
But I do plan on doing that eventually.
Okay. So maybe one we can also do like a small simple goal we can set right now is
Okay.
possibly like maybe when you have meals try to include at least 3 different food groups in there. Maybe it's like you said, like you have those times where you only get like one food group at a time. So
Mhm.
maybe like at those times make an effort to try to like, okay, I'm gonna try to get some extra things in here. Like I say, if you get like a yogurt, you get like a fruit or like a granola in there or something like
Mhm.
a little bit more.
Like sometimes in the morning, I'll eat a bagel with cream cheese and like water. I won't grab a fruit or
Mhm.
anything like that. Or sometimes I'll make myself a smoothie and only eat the smoothie for breakfast.
Mhm.
And then I have like no carbs, no protein, no
Right.
like all that kind of stuff.
So we say maybe like maybe add more food groups to those to that
Yeah.
cycle. Do you think that sounds like a good goal?
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe just write that down so we got everything here. So like having meals of 3 food groups.
Yep.
Of course, having more food groups that would make you like, get you more balanced. You can start feeling better.
Mhm.
That's something you can recognize. Like, okay, I feel like I have more energy today. That's always something you can look out for and be like, like this it works out. Like that's how you can recognize if how you can track it. Like writing down everything that you make it in, so that you can track. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I ate this is my 3 food groups for this meal. This is my 3 food groups for this one. So that's always good to have. So how do you do this? Okay, so how confident are you? So basically, it's in the same scale.
Mhm.
How confident are you that you can meet the SMART goal of having meals of 3 food groups included?
Well, what does this question entail? Like, is it talking about right now? How confident am I?
Yeah,
or just
like right
in
now.
general?
Let's say if you introduce this SMART goal to you right now, like having to introduce like make sure that you have 3 food groups in every single thing that you have.
Maybe a 7.
A 7, okay.
Yeah.
And what would you need in order to get a 10 on this ruler? What is preventing you from making those changes?
Time, definitely time, yeah.
just do this real quick. So India, like, what would be the advantages of having this? Definitely.
Definitely energy, because I've been feeling like sluggish, especially like during final season. I feel extra sluggish, and I know it's because like my diet isn't well balanced. So that would be awesome.
Right.
And obviously like the nutrient side of things, like my body needs these things, and it's like for the long run, like basically.
And the disadvantage, any disadvantages that would come with that?
Having to actually prepare my meals or like think about them in advance instead of just getting what I want when I'm hungry, or like just going with the flow.
Okay. So, so with going out with all this stuff like that, how do you feel about this goal?
I think it's a good goal.
Good simple one.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I've written it down. Can you read it or rephrase it so what we just planned for you, so you kind of understand what it is.
Basically, trying to include at least 3 food groups into every meal.
Okay. So that covers that section right there. So thank you for participating. It's been a pleasure talking to you as always, and learning about your goals and your interests. From our SMART goal planning, you have indicated that you plan to balance your attempt to balance the diet a bit. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. One last thing, how will you know if you have met this goal?
I probably will feel it in my energy levels.
Okay. And any way you can track that? It's like you could just overall just like note down how you feel that day, I guess. That would be a way to track. Like how would it be a good way
I
to
think
track?
another way to track it is just, I'll know what I'm putting into my mouth. So with every meal, I should keep in mind that not to in the mornings, instead of just making a smoothie, maybe I'll have half of a bagel, because I know I can't finish a bagel and a smoothie.
Right.
So maybe I'll do half a bagel and half a smoothie instead of a whole smoothie. And then maybe I'll stick some veggies in that smoothie as well, so I have fruits and veggies and my grains.
Okay. Perfect. So that sounds great. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
No.
That's covered?
Yeah.
Covered everything? Okay, perfect.
That was fine.
Okay. So, that covers everything. So, hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you. Too.
And you can contact us anytime if you need any
Okay, awesome.
questions.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
So, yes.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Of course, no worries.
Good job.
Thanks. That did
You did a great job.
Thanks. Let's see, I can stop this.